Hello everyone, it's Anita, and in today's video I'm going to talk about my semester abroad. It's not really a secret, I've talked about it before, that I'm going to spend the next semester abroad, so from the end of August until Christmas. And but today I just want to talk about where I'm actually going and how I decided where to study abroad. So basically what I looked for in a uni and or slash country slash whatever your criterias are. And I'm just quickly going to talk about the application process and my expectations. So this is just going to be like the first video I'm doing about the semester abroad, so I can look back and yeah, we'll see if what I thought would become true or not, and yeah, just something to look back on. So yeah, long story short, I will spend the next semester at the University of Helsinki in Finland, and I'm really excited about it. I've already shared on Instagram like my top 3 places where I applied to, and yeah, so the University of Helsinki was my first choice, and I'm really happy that everything worked out. And yeah, so I wanted to say that first, and I'll like reveal it in the end or whatever, so I think it's, you know, it's not a secret. Now let's get into how I decided where to study abroad. So the first thing I did was to look at the partner unis that my home university has. I study at the University of Bern. It's quite easy to look up where you could potentially go, so I just tap that in. So basically my study program here, which is political science, I'm doing a master's in political science, and when I want to go, and yeah, basically that you could also like narrow it down from the beginning to say like, oh, you want just to stay here in Europe or whatever. So I just left it open, and then I just looked at all the partners that we have, which is yeah, quite a lot actually. So and yeah, by the way, if you see like your university or your country on that list, it doesn't mean that I don't think your university is not good or anything. It's just that, you know, you just have to choose one, right? I might visit your country another time, I don't know. So yeah, and I just looked at where I could go. So these are our partners. You could also organize your study abroad by yourself, which I did not want to do. I think this way it's much easier, and yeah. So I looked at that, and what I also did was just from the unis that I found interesting. It's pretty obvious, like you see a place or university and think, oh, that could be interesting, or you already know that you don't necessarily want to spend 4 months in a certain country for whatever reason, so you tend to like already narrow it down just by looking at the list. And then I looked at the reviews, because everyone is required to write a review how their semester or even year, some people study abroad for a year, went, and I found that quite helpful, because they already had to write down how it was to apply to the uni, how the courses were, how easy it was to get housing, stuff like that. And so yeah, I found that quite useful. If you do not have access to anything like that, you could, I guess, easily look it up on Google to see if there are any reviews for this particular university by yeah, someone else, not by your university. And just quickly, like, I read through that, and I also narrowed it down by just looking at the rankings. I know like university rankings are not, you know, the best indicator whether you have a good time there or not. It's just that I wanted to go somewhere that was pretty similar to my home university. Like the University of Bern is also not, you know, the best uni in the world, clearly not. But, you know, just like from the quality of education, and yeah, just I personally, yeah, I also want to learn something in my semester abroad. I want to make sure that the quality of education was good enough, and I also looked at the courses that these universities offer in my field. Yeah, and that also showed me how easy it would be to choose courses, because some universities really do not provide any information, or yeah, it was not easy to find the information I was looking for. And for example, University of Helsinki is pretty easy in that regard, so it's quite easy to find like the courses, at least the courses they offered like last year, and even now like they had their preliminary teaching plan up quite early. So I looked at that, and obviously like my general interest is also a big part of it. So I personally, I like winter, I like cold weather, so yeah, going to a Nordic country makes sense for me. I know a lot of people, again, I'm from Switzerland, I know a lot of people that prefer to go to Spain or Portugal because they just want to live in a warm climate for at least some time. Or cultural wise, like you might feel like you want to explore a certain culture. For me also, I did not specifically want to go to Western Europe, or like a typical Western country that I know, so France, Italy, Spain. Yeah, that was really not what I was looking for. Like my top 3 choices, yeah, if you saw that on Instagram, you know, but again, the University of Helsinki was my top choice. My second choice was the University of Tartu in Estonia, and my third choice was the University of Ljubljana in Slovenia. So I guess not typical study abroad places, but that's also what drew me to them, because I didn't, yeah, I thought, you know, obviously, you know, some things like for Finland, you know, something like, okay, Nokia, saunas, it gets cold, you know what I mean, like people know different things about it, but yeah, I just thought, you know, I don't know that much about it. Also, yeah, I just wanted to explore that part. It's not, again, obviously, like I'm from Europe, nothing will probably shock me. It's similar enough, but also there are differences. So, you know, it's not, I'm saying this right now as an expectation. I don't think that I will have a culture shock in Finland. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? So, and I also wanted to stay in Europe, or let's just say like the European Union, because I'm getting a small stipend from my home university. So my university, or Switzerland in general, we are not part of Erasmus, because there was a change of law. Like a slight majority of Swiss people voted in 2014 to restrict immigration a bit more. So that's why Switzerland got kicked out of different programs, or like different bilateral agreements were yeah, not working anymore, and so we're not a part of Erasmus, but we are like they call it SAMP, like Swiss European Mobility Program, I guess. I don't know, like I've never looked at the acronym, so, or what it means, so yeah, I'm sorry if that's wrong, but basically you probably did not want to hear the whole explanation. I pay for my uni's tuition fee for the semester, and so I don't have to pay anything in Helsinki. I mean, yeah, if I want to be like part of the student union, stuff like that, like that you have to pay, and so I pay my home university's tuition fee, and for my uni I get a small amount of money to, yeah, well, to help me, I guess, pay for a few things. I haven't received money yet, so hopefully that will come in soon, but I should get 1,900 Swiss francs. Yeah, it's a small stipend, but yeah, better than nothing. If I had chosen a country that was a bit cheaper, I could have covered more of the stipend that I will get, but you know, that's on me. Anyway, so money is also a factor, because yeah, in other countries, for other like partner unis, I would not get anything. I would have to pay for expensive flights and stuff like that. So that's also a factor for me personally. Also, I know it shouldn't be a reason, but I still want to make sure that my boyfriend could visit me. And yeah, so that was also something that I had to consider. Also, something that could be a reason is to learn a language you always want to learn. For me, yeah, you're probably wondering if I want to learn Finnish or not, and the answer to that is maybe. I will for sure learn like some basics just to be polite and stuff like that. I don't know if I will take a course at the uni. I don't know, maybe. I haven't decided on that. But yeah, I might make a video of me trying to learn Finnish or something. Could be funny. I think this also sounded interesting to me, to go to a place where I did not understand the language that was spoken around me, like not even a tiny bit of it. So that's why also Finland was interesting to me. But yeah, you could be completely different and think that, oh, you want to go somewhere where you understand the language, so you would go to an English-speaking country, or like in my case, that I'm from Switzerland, from the German-speaking part of Switzerland, you would want to go to Germany or Austria. It really depends on your priorities, but I would suggest to do some research, try to find some YouTubers to go to that specific university. I think that's also helpful, because I found someone that goes to the University of Helsinki, and I watched her vlogs, and I think, yeah, that also solidified my decision. There's a ton of information out there. That's how I chose the University of Helsinki, and yeah. Now, the application process was quite easy, because they use a platform which is quite self-explanatory. It's also the same that my home university uses, and it's basically, you go step by step. You have to download a form, fill it out, upload it again, or fill out some information. And once you did this, there's always going to be a next step you need to follow. You need to wait for that university to take the next step and stuff like that. So it was quite easy to do that. The University of Helsinki didn't require that much. There are universities where you have to provide a language certificate or something like that. They did not need that. What they want is a motivation letter, so I had to write that, but that was just pro forma. So they just wanted you to write one, but I don't think that they looked at the quality of the letter. I submitted everything, and yeah, it was quite easy. Through this application form, I also applied for housing. I applied for a studio, like a furnished studio apartment, because I don't want to share a kitchen and bathroom with other people. Yeah, and I'm willing to pay more for that. And luckily I got the studio apartment. I know that some people are on like the waiting list. So let's move on to my expectations. Yeah, it's quite hard to say. I'm sorry if the lighting is a bit weird right now. It's quite hard to say, because I'm still not processing that I'm going to Finland to study abroad. But I am excited. Every time I speak about it, I'm excited about it. But yeah, I think I will realize it once I'm there. I think that I will travel a lot, like in Finland, but also you know, to the neighboring countries. Maybe not all neighboring countries. Hopefully meet a lot of people, make some friends, experience fun things, I guess, like the uni. From what I've seen online, there are quite a few events. I hope that the courses will be interesting. I hope that the workload is manageable. And also, I hope that I will manage to live by myself, because that will be the first time that I'm going to live by myself. And you know, so yeah, hopefully that will go well. Who knows? These were my expectations for my semester abroad. So I will keep you updated. I will vlog my life there, and yeah, everything around it. And So yeah, let me know if you're also going to study abroad, or if you have studied abroad in the past, and what your experience was. Yeah, so I hope you found this video interesting. If you haven't subscribed, it will really make my day if you did that. Right, see you in my next video. Bye!